Hey guys, it's Mongolian Mindset. Today we got Steven with us. We're gonna be interviewing him, and we're gonna triangulate down of what he says to find his personality type. We use Linda Barrens Temperament and Interaction styles combined with cognitive functions, and we will figure out his personality type. So, Steven, can you introduce yourself? And
So my
Shelly's
name
on time today. Shelly's on time.
is so my name is Steven. Online I'm known as Spacey NYC, but on Zoom is as Steven. But yeah. But yeah, so about me, uh I'm heavily involved, like interested in personality types. I've been in the personality types for years, probably since like 2013-ish. Started out with MBTI, then graduated to Socionics, and now I'm
Oh
mainly in
shit!
Socionics now. Yeah,
Oh, you're Socionics now.
yeah, I'm like
Oh
heavy into
man.
Socionics.
Okay, that's
Also
awesome.
Enneagram as well.
Okay.
Uh, some psychosophy as well. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. I'm my best knowledge is Socionics.
Oh
But
shit. Okay. So I hope this matches. Hope we find your personality type and it matches your socionics.
right, because
That's
it's
important.
Socionics. So I saw you. I met you from I figured you. I found I can't speak. I found out about you from Jack. Like
Hmm.
I saw the video
Okay. Awesome.
with him interviewing you. So that's how I
Oh
found
yeah.
out. So when you shouted out your channel, looked up your channel, and I liked what I saw. So that's what.
All right.
But
Perfect,
I
man.
saw you was offering typing services. I was like, you know
Yeah, we do
what?
it for free over here, man. We do it.
Yeah,
We don't charge anybody. Hey, we just
yeah. I
hope that
appreciate that.
like people spread the word and join our group. That's all we care about, really.
To
We just
me,
want to have
this is a nice little birthday present because today's my birthday. So,
Oh, it's your birthday?
yeah,
Man, happy birthday, man.
thank
How
you.
old are you turning?
32.
32. Damn, good shit, man.
Yeah.
What's been the all right, so we'll get into it. What's been the best parts of your life, since
To me, best parts of my life. I always tell people the best part of my life was probably like when I first graduated high school. Um, because and the reason why I call that the best part of my life is because I feel like I was finally like breaking out of my shell. I was out of my comfort zone. I was like active. I was going to the gym a lot. I was being social, and I'm not like that normally. But
Mhm.
normally I'm very reserved. Even now, like I'm very reserved, very not active. Uh, very like sedentary, like research stuff. Um, I stay to myself a lot. Like I'm very, I call myself a hermit. I'm
Mhm.
very like hermetic. Like I just stay to myself basically. So like to me, the basically what I'm trying to say is the best part of my life is when I was the opposite. You know, when I was like actually, like getting out there and like
Mhm.
being my best self. Um,
Okay.
What caused you to go back?
I guess probably like a lack of discipline, not sticking to things like for a long period of time. Also like emotions, like I'm the type of person like if I'm very temperamental, so like if one thing throws me off, I could I could be down for a long period of time, and then I'm kind of like a I'm kind of like a groundhog. Like I'll come out real quick, and then I'll go back in my cave for a long period of time, and then
Mhm.
pop out, and then go back.
Mhm.
Uh, so it's a mix of like emotions and just the overall lack of energy. Like I just don't have a lot of energy. Um, so it's hard for me to keep that up for a long period of time. Um,
How do you feel now when you're in social situations with people you don't know?
it's still anxiety inducing. Like I've always had social anxiety. Um, when I meet strangers, like it's kind of like a kind of gets my heart racing. Like yeah, just social situations in general. Like I just kind of get nervous when I know I have to meet new people, and I'm terrible at public speaking. Like I wish I was good at it, but I'm just terrible at it. I get very nervous, like speaking in front of people.
So how'd you feel about coming on talking to us?
Nervous.
It's all good, man. It's all good.
Definitely. I don't know why. Like it doesn't make sense to be nervous, but it's just I just am. I don't know why. I try to talk myself out of it, but it's just like a psychological thing that I can't shake.
Mhm. What do you think is a skill that you have that allows you to, like, if you were to bet on one thing that you're good at to win, what would it be and why? I mean, we're looking at the best thing you do.
I think it's two things, and I can't pick between the two. But one is like it's like introspection, like being very good at knowing myself, but also it applies to other people as well. Like I'm very good at like reading into people. Like I feel like I understand people really well. Like people's like what makes people tick and like how they think, like their feelings and stuff like that. Their their type of their personality. I think I'm very good at that. Like even before personality typing, I think that was a skill that I had, but there was no before it was like intuitive, like it wasn't no logical system to it. It was just like a thing that I knew instinctively. Like if I meet a person, I have like these kind of like inborn like archetypes of people, and like usually people fit these archetypes like in my head, and these archetypes don't have names. Like I haven't sat down and like labeled or like written out what these archetypes are. It's like just intuitive, like it's just like in my head. But when I meet people, I kind of put them in those boxes in my head, like, and yeah, so I feel like I'm just good at like knowing people, like, like their vibe and picking up on their vibe and stuff like that.
Awesome.
And the other thing that I think I'm very skilled at, and actually is my passion, like my dream is art. Like I'm very good at music. Like I'm a music producer.
Oh shit,
I
dude.
feel like, yeah, I feel like honestly I low key feel like if I knew how to market myself, and I wasn't like socially anxious and I had more energy, I think I think I could be successful at it.
Man, I think you can be successful, man. I
Yeah,
think you just need the right push,
that's
right
what I
group, man, the right surroundings.
yeah,
Yeah.
I agree with that. I think if I was around the right people, I think with me, because I just close myself off so much that I kind of prevent myself from like opportunities and like finding people to strive with,
Yeah.
just because I stay to myself so much.
Damn. Definitely you gotta join our group, man. You gotta join our Facebook group, man, because
Okay.
I would definitely want to see you in there, man. Because in our Facebook group, we have a brother. I mean, it's a everything hood. I can't say brotherhood, but it's like we all support each other and we all like pushing. Like if it's just me like posting daily, like quotes or inspirational things, we do that. Everybody knows like we're all together.
That sounds cool.
So like we're always posting like inspirational things or books we're reading or just like in general like togetherness. Like every month we kind of have like a group call and everyone talks about the goals they want to accomplish like last month and the goals they're setting for the next month, and then we just talk about anything, whether it be like now the group's getting heavy into socionics. They
Okay.
really get into that.
Yeah, I could definitely help out with that because
Yeah.
I'm very very knowledgeable in sociology.
Yeah. So they're all getting into that. I didn't really want to get into socionics. I really wanted to finish Enneagram and then work on like shadow work. Like
Right.
that was like the next venture I was gonna go in.
Okay.
But now that since they like all into socionics, I'm like kind of forced to learn socionics.
Yeah, it's slowly taking over. I'm very into Enneagram as well. Like I've been into Enneagram, but I'm just now starting to like deep dive into it heavier.
Mhm.
Before I didn't really know about the subtypes. Like I knew of the subtypes, but I didn't really deep dive into the subtypes. And ever since I learned about the subtypes, it kind of opened up a new chapter for me. Like okay, this goes a lot deeper than I thought. And I'm not the subtypes. I'm talking about the instincts, like social, sexual.
Oh yeah, that's from yeah. From
Self-preservation.
Naranjo.
Yeah, Naranjo.
Yeah.
So once I unlocked that, I was like, okay, there's another layer to this. So,
Yeah, it blew me out. It blew me like completely. I thought it was an easy concept for me to understand.
right.
You know, when I was reading Rizzo stuff, and then when I read Narangio or Beatrice Chestnut, I'm like, holy shit, this is wrong. Everything's wrong.
Right.
Everything's wrong. Because
Exactly.
the counters and shit, those counters throw everything off.
Yeah.
Throws every fucking thing off.
Right.
So like people count on their sin, and it's like, yo, you don't even think they're that enneagram because they've counted it.
Right. Yeah. Well, I'm trying to think what types did I used to get mixed up, and now that I learned like the counters, it's like I forgot. Like I had the two all wrong. Like type two, I had them all.
Yeah.
Because they used to the basic thing was they're just people pleasers, they're just helpers. But I didn't know that they actually like they're highly prideful. Like they feel like they basically did the shit, but they want that confirmation from other people, and that's why they, you know.
Well, the biggest thing was the social too. It's a complete flip.
Yeah,
like,
right.
That one's a complete flip. Like it's not like the one that's like a people pleaser as much. It's about
Yeah,
getting things done, so it can kind of come off like an 8. People don't
yeah.
even realize that.
Sure.
Another one that threw me up. Well, so when we first got into it, I was thinking, hey, you know, like INTJs are all 5, but then when I started reading her stuff, I'm like, they're 6s. They're flat out 6s. Like they're not even 5s. Like, that's like hardcore 6 category. Um,
Yeah, even
you know,
how like the social nine could come off like a 3.
yeah, I definitely so far just from just talking to you from a little bit, I definitely think you're probably Enneagram 9 because you keep talking about like energy and like being like not having the energy to do things or whatever. So it seems as though like you're most likely an Enneagram 9.
Yeah,
But
when I did this type, I more so wanted to know my Enneagram, but
mhm.
I also would like to know you guys' opinion, but how you guys type with the 4 letters and
Yeah.
the informative and responding, like because I've heard about that too, but I was interested in how I fit in that system
Yeah,
as well.
I think honestly, I think it's the best way to type because you consistently keeping to the metrics,
Yeah,
and you're not just like vibe typing or just going off anything. Like you have your metrics and you go to those metrics every time. It's like the
that,
reproducibility is high, but
yeah,
obviously like you have to. It's not like something you just jump into because it seems easy. It seems easier than it is, you know. Like, but
yeah,
if like I say, like if you watch like the YouTube or whatever, and you like watch the videos, you're like, okay, I get it, you know. But
yeah.
for
When I'm
us, we
watching
didn't have that.
I'm watching your videos, I was impressed because one person could say one line and you're like, okay, he's informative. Okay, he's responding. Like
Yeah.
I'm like, how does he know that from just like I get it. Like once you break it down, I get it. But it's like how can he pick that up so quickly? I don't think of that when I hear people talk, you know.
Yeah, I mean, you just get used to it after a while.
Yeah.
But at first, it was pretty challenging, man. I mean, the part that makes it challenging is that like you don't have the experience. But once you
Right.
start getting the experience, and like we didn't have like let's say for instance now like you go to our channel, like you can literally just watch typing sessions over and over, like each one, and then you can figure out how to type people just like that, you know. But
Yeah.
for us, it's like we had to figure it out like as we went. It wasn't just like, yo, okay, this guy, he's interviewing this guy, and okay, so this is an ENFP. This is how ENFPs present itself. You watch the video, and they usually like the overarching pattern is all the same.
Right.
Um,
Yeah. It becomes like a system that you can like you said, consistency, which is
yeah,
pretty cool. Yeah.
yeah,
Because like I'm guilty of vibe typing a lot. So but having a system, it makes it more objective. So like
yeah.
I'm
So what do you want to be in the next 10 years, man?
so I don't know, man. Like I just want to be I just want to achieve my goals. Like I just want to be successful, man. Like I don't want to work a 9 to 5. Like, I just I want to be I want to be my own boss. Like I want to be free. Like I want to do my own thing. Whether that's, I've tried different ways of going about that. Like I tried starting my own business before. It didn't really work out. I tried the music thing, but I didn't really pursue that as hard as I could have.
Mm-hmm.
But I just don't want to be, I call it people call it the rat race. I just don't want to be in the rat race. So like whatever I gotta do, and it's easier said than done because like sometimes I be knowing what to do. It's just that it's too much. Like sometimes it's just feels overwhelming to me.
Mm-hmm.
So
What do you think your best asset would be to start a business?
You said the best asset
To start a business. What do you think your best talent or asset is?
honestly, when it comes to, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not very business minded. Like, I'm not, I'm not, yeah, I'm just not a business oriented person. I'm not good with, uh, I'm not, I can budget, but I'm not that good with money like that. So like I tried it, and when I tried it, I just listened to other people's instructions. But I'm not an innovator in like hard like business like in the strict term of business. I'm not like an innovator or anything. I just know I'm just good at following instructions. So yeah, that's always been the challenge for me is that I'm not naturally a business person, but I want to have my own business. So that's like a contradiction.
Yeah, it's
I'm
contradictory.
more I'm more like I'm more like artistic and I'm better with like people, I guess, than objects and numbers and like. But the thing that see the all right, so the reason why I keep trying to get typed is because I can be logical, right? I feel like I can do both. I could do the emotions and I could do the logic. Um, especially like I will say that the emotions come natural, and the logic is something I gotta learn, like I gotta like grasp for it.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like especially as I get older, my thought process is becoming more and more logical as I get older.
Mm-hmm.
But and the weird thing about me is like when I'm around, I feel like when I'm around emotional people, I feel logical. When I'm around logical people, I feel emotional. When I when I'm around people that are physical, I feel more mental. When I'm around people that are really mental, so it's like whoever I'm around, I feel like I'm the opposite of it. Like I just see when I'm around people, I see differences more than similarities. Like I see how we're different more than how we're similar. Um, so the question was just about business, right? Like, what's my
Yeah,
asset?
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's all good, man.
That's crazy.
All good.
Way off track.
You're good, man. If you had three wishes, what would you wish for and why?
My wish, if I had a wish, it would be honestly is basic. It's just to be like I would like to be wealthy. I would like to be wealthy. I would like. I always secretly wanted to be famous. I always like my dream is to be like a famous music producer. Like I always wanted to be like a famous artist or something like that. So like fame, success, and mm, fame, success, and like I guess freedom. But freedom with money and success. I mean, freedom kind of comes with that.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
How do you feel about being told what to do, man?
I don't know. Um, I don't know. I guess I would have to be in that situation to know. Cause like part of me likes I like being motivated. Like I like having someone I like I like having that person to like keep me on track, keep me motivated. telling me what to do, I guess I would need more specifics, like in what type of way.
Okay, we'll scratch that. How do you feel about authority?
With authority, I always felt like a inner need to like be against the grain, low key. Like I don't like falling in line. Like I always feel like I have to be different. Like I have to. I don't like being another dot on a line. Like I feel like I have to be. If everybody's black, I gotta be blue. If everybody, like I feel like I can't. So authority to me, they kind of make you fit into a certain thing, and I don't like to be. I don't like to be. I don't like to fall in line, I guess. And that's what I see authority trying to do. Is like but what authority, like I don't challenge authority a lot um because I can't really, conflict takes a lot of energy for me. It takes a lot of energy for me to deal with conflict. But the thing is with conflict, I don't devalue conflict. Like people that are good at conflict, I respect people that can deal with conflict. And I wish I was more like that, but I personally can't handle conflict. So when you go against authority, you got to deal with the smoke. You got to deal with the conflict and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why, like, with authority, my rebelling, I kind of keep it within because I can't handle the smoke like that. So I kind of like I might go along, or I'll go against the authority in subtle ways that they can't realize, they can't notice, or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you got your own way of fighting authority.
Yeah, in a subtle way, like because I don't like to fit in. Like I like to be different.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, man. I'm changing your Enneagram by chance. I see I'm seeing difference here. I'm seeing a different Enneagram for me now. But me and Shelly were just talking about that, like, oh shit, yeah. We're seeing a different one. Um, um,
What do you consider the most important thing besides friends and family? I'll assume you didn't have a question thought up.
Most important thing besides friends and family. To me, the most important thing is like it's 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 like your passion, like your dreams, like your passion, like what you want to be. That's To me, that's more important than anything to me. Like like that inner, like in my head, like there's a person I want to be. Like there's an image, like my name is Steven, but my artist name is Spacey. Like Spacey in my head is not what you see on camera. Like it's a different person. It's a person that people want to expect out of me. Like it's like, so I want to be that person all the time. Like I want to learn. I want to be in a position where I could be that person. So to me, that's what's most important. Like that that inner like vision, I guess. I don't know.
okay. Do you have trouble making decisions?
Yeah. I'm pretty indecisive. Um when it comes to things that don't matter, I guess I'm more indecisive. But when it comes to things that do matter, I could be more decisive. It depends. Like if it's about where we're going to eat, I'm very indecisive because
Mhm.
that doesn't really mean anything. But when it comes to like, let's say I had to present myself on stage for something, I gotta be in control of that. I gotta be in control of how I'm being presented on stage. That I can't just let anybody make any decisions. All right. So it depends on how much I'm invested into it, personally.
Mhm.
How do you know what somebody says is true?
Like such a struggle. That's hard. If somebody asserts something as true and I'm not knowledgeable on it, then I, I don't know. Yeah, if I'm not personally knowledgeable on it, I just gotta take their word, but with a grain of salt. Like it's like okay, you might be right, but I don't know. So I'll just leave it on the back burner. Um, but I won't accept it all the way until I know it's true for me. But it depends on how if I care about it. If I don't care, then I'm not gonna research it. But if it if it's actually like I need to know about it, then I would have to know it for myself, I guess. But yeah, to know something is true, I don't know. It just had to make sense for me, I guess. Like, um, if somebody showed me like statistics and data, yeah, I mean, at least they did some type of research. I didn't do the research on it, so I feel like I need to be able to do the research on it. But I'm not willing to do research on everything. It has to be something that I actually like care about. You know.
What are some things that cause you to feel stressed out?
Um, a lot things that stress me out is like not living up to my not living up to what I know I could be. Like I when I sometimes like I'll watch YouTube videos like just to laugh and stuff. But then sometimes like on some days I could just watch it and just laugh and stuff. But other days like I'll watch the same people and feel like some type of like why am I not doing this? Like why are they being themselves but I'm not doing it? Like why like I kind of feel
Uh-oh.
I kind of feel like it's not jealousy because I don't like to be a
That's
hater.
envy. That's envy.
Yeah, like
It's fucking
yeah.
envy. That's what it is.
Sometimes I gotta turn off the TV. It's like
Yeah, it's fucking
like
envy, dude.
it's like
Enneagram 4.
yeah, I'm just sitting on the couch. Like, why am I'm sitting on the couch watching them giving them money. Like, why am I not doing that? Like,
So, because earlier you highlighted that too. You talk about you always know the differences when you're around people, like what you don't have. That's Enneagram 4 shit, man. That's crazy.
that's one of the types that I was thinking I was.
Yeah, Enneagram fucking 4, dude. Holy shit. And then it just came out just there, envy. What
Yeah,
why I ain't doing it, man? They got this,
yeah. I don't like to admit that because
because it sounds horrible.
it sound like a hater. Like, I'm not like I'm happy for them. I'm happy for them, but it's like, what am I like? Why am I just sitting here?
It's all good, brother. It's all good. Hey, we all got our shit, So it is what it is.
What do you think the problem with humanity is?
I thought about this, but it's hard to come to a conclusion. Um, how with humanity, I feel like hmm, I think people lack self-awareness. I think a lot of people lack self-awareness. I think and people don't understand each other and people don't understand themselves. I think because a lot of conflicts come from like miscommunication. Like if they really understood each other, a lot of conflicts could be resolved. Like if they was you know um and I think a lot of people just don't look within. So they strive for stuff without even knowing why. Like without just because they feel like society told them to do that. Like instead of like really reaching within to know if that's really for you or not. Um yeah.
What do you think is something about you that's is misunderstood?
See, I think I'm misunderstood, but I think that's my fault though. Like I'm misunderstood because people see me as like this I'm this chill laid back dude, and I am that person. I appear that way, but that's not really me. Like
Mhm.
like I like the real me. I'm very I have high standards for shit. Like I don't just accept anything. Like even with clothes, like I'm into like electronics, clothes. Like I don't I don't I come up as sorry, my bad. I come up as like this easygoing, like you would think I'm like, oh, I'll go, oh, we could do this, whatever. I'm go with the flow, but that's not really me. Like I'm very picky. I'm very like I need the best quality shit, like the best. My taste in music is very specific. Like I'm
Mhm.
very like I feel like I could be kind of snobbish, but I don't. Nobody would ever know because I don't. I don't.
Vocalize
I
it.
don't. I don't project that side of myself. Like,
Do you feel as though it's
um,
hard to when you're around people? Do you feel as though it's hard to get your voice out?
yeah, but it's not their fault. It's my fault. It's me. Like I hold myself. Like I always say, I'm my biggest enemy. It's not. It's not the other people. It's me. Like I hold myself back. It's because again, like dealing because I be having opinions that's different from people and like that's could be controversial, but I just don't speak it because again, the conflict. Like I'm not good with conflict.
Mm-hmm.
So I hold a lot of my true and I think I'm way more opinionated than people than I let on. You know, like
Mm-hmm.
um but yeah, it all come down to conflict. Because like if I say some shit like that's controversial or that's against like the majority or something, a lot of people want to be on my head. Like people, they're gonna confront me. They're gonna they're gonna uh, they're gonna maybe they'll diss me or something. I don't know. Like and I don't like being being attacked is not comfortable to me. Like it's just like I can't handle it. It get my heart racing and yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I wish I wasn't like that. I wish I was like bolder. Like, but
What are things that make you happy?
um things that make me happy is when something falls in line with like my what I when things fall in line with what I wanted to happen. Like if I dreamed about something and it's I'm actually making it happen in real life, like it's that makes me happy. Um Music, I love music. Music makes me happy. Music is a big passion of mine. Um I like when I talk to people and we connect on the same interests. Like, when I meet people that's into the same things as me, that makes me happy. Like, okay, like we could connect on this interest, like personality types, or like an artist or something like that. Um, yeah, just it's mainly like interests and like passions and visions, but not just dreaming about the vision, like seeing it come through, like, or if I see that there is a way to make this come to life. But I'm upset when it's the opposite. When I don't see a way, like or I feel trapped, then I'm upset. Like I'm sad.
So what position would you pick to put yourself in a life or death situation if like with other people? I mean,
Um,
you can ask the question, Mercer. You can ask it.
So if you're in a life or death situation, what part of the team would you play? what position would you pick? Like, would you take the lead? Would you take, support? Would you take advisor? Like, where do you feel as though you fit best if it was a life or death situation?
Life or death situation. I feel like I would be the best at like probably like like I guess like consequences and like strategizing, but not strategy like a coach, like where they have the chart and they're like, oh, 90 degrees, go left this way. Like not like that. Just like knowing, okay, if you go this way, this is what's likely to happen. I'm good at that. Like I'm good at like consequences. Like I can tell you, I can see something that's gonna happen before it happens. Like, nah, don't go that route. Because I foresee this thing happening. Like, I feel like I would be good at that. Like preventing or even if let's say we were against somebody, I could tell our team this is how they're thinking. Because I'm very good at that, like jumping into other people's like how they're thinking. And then I could be like, okay, based on this, I could tell this is probably what they're thinking, and then let's counter it this way. Like, I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. That sounds
But I can't do the front line. Like that's no.
yeah. I completely understand. Shayla, what are you thinking?
I ask, if you went to jail, what would it be for?
If I went to jail, what it would be for? Um, Probably speeding. Oh, oh, it would probably be something like I don't know, like something like maybe like money related. I don't know, like something like I felt for. I don't know. I don't know.
It's all good, brother.
Yeah, I can't think of that. I know I'm not built for jail, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I try to avoid that because I'm not built for jail.
Okay.
So,
All right.
what
If
personality
you,
types?
what if you were all right? Let's say if there was a weekend coming up, okay. What would be the typical weekend? Would you be out with your friends, or would you stay inside, or would you do nature stuff? Like, would what does a typical weekend look like for you?
That's easy. That stay inside. Stay inside and read. Stay inside, read. Um, just yeah, I would mainly be like researching stuff, like stuff that I'm interested in, like reading about personality types. I'll be watching YouTube, like some funny stuff. And probably listening to music. But I like to be on my see that what I realized about myself because I thought about this is I like to be on my own terms. Like I like to do things that I like to do. I don't like to do things that I don't like to tag along because everybody else wants to do it. I like having my own time, like doing my thing. Like I like to be in control of my time. Like the funny thing about me that's contradictory is that like I waste my own time. Like it's okay if I waste my time, but if somebody else wastes my time, I'm like, so I could be wasting my time bullshitting by like watching YouTube all day. But as long as I'm in control of that, then I'm cool with that. But if somebody else is wasting my time doing something I don't want to do, I feel like my time now I feel like my time's being wasted. Like it's weird.
All right.
I'm just gonna ask one more question because I want to know the answer. How do you handle chaos in your life?
Um, I think, yeah, I normally don't have a lot of chaos, so that's kind of hard to um answer. I'm trying to imagine myself in a chaotic situation. Um, I would just try to figure out how to slow it down, I guess. Um, yeah, because like, yeah, chaos. I like chaos from a distance. Like I like watching chaos on in the media, like somebody saying some controversial stuff and causing chaos. I like that from a distance, but up close, it's hard for me to handle chaos. I kind of like things flowing for me. So I'm not typically in chaotic situations. Like I I'm very picky with how how my time is spent and like what I do to avoid chaos.
Okay, perfect. All right,
Yeah.
man. So we're gonna go ahead and drop your personality here, man.
Okay.
Okay, so what we noticed early on, man, is that you're informative, man. You're informative. So you're not specific, concise, to the point. You don't like to tell people what to do. You take a more of a passive role when you're talking. You rather them figure out with the context that you give them. You're not specific, concise, to the point. So you're informative. So that eliminates 8 types based off that. Okay. What we noticed next was that you know what you like, you know what you care about. You know that's more like you know what you're interested in. So that's going to be on the FI. So you're going to be TFI user and informative. So we're down to actually 4 types here. And your Enneagram actually made this quite tough because usually this Enneagram, I rarely see anyone with this Enneagram generally a 4. You are an Enneagram 4 by far. There's no doubt of that. So from there, we noticed that you knew about consequences. You like to get control over things, so you're outcome focused. You don't like chaos. So with that being said, you're outcome focused, which means you're an introvert. That means your background. So we're down to 2 types, ISFP and INFP. I know you socionics people do it differently, but
Yeah.
the
I get that.
MBTI, ISFP, and INFP, and you understand consequential awareness. You like to be comfortable. You were abstracting where you talked about the symbolic archetypes that you like to put people in. That's symbolism there, and that's abstract. So with that being said, we have you as an INFP, man. Enneagram 4.
INFP4. Okay. That makes sense to me. I mean, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking INFP. A lot of people do take me as 9 off the bat. They go, oh, because I'm very like chill. Like
Yeah.
that's the image I give up. Is that I'm like this
Yeah, but
chill.
we kept letting you talk, and you're like, you notice differences, and that's a 4 thing because 4s always know what they're missing, and
Yeah.
especially when they get around other people, and then they never want to fit in. They always want to fit out. 4s just want to fit out.
Yeah.
So that's what also made it very hard for you being an INFP because that's sometimes that could kind of get you cross fire into pragmatic, but you're really not a pragmatic person. You don't like confrontation, so that made it pretty tough. But yeah, INFP. What are you in Socionics?
So and Socionics, Jack typed me as IEI in Socionics.
What's that?
That's their INFP. But it's NIFE instead of because MBTI is FINE.
Mm-hmm.
Socionics is NIF.
So you're INFP on.
Yeah, Socionics. The 4 letters is INF with the lowercase p, and the 3 letters is IEI. So that's intuitive, ethical, introvert.
So intuitive. So INFJ.
Yeah, so it's the same. The functions are the introvert intuition. They have slightly different definitions across. So a lot of INFPs from MBTI can cross over to NIFE and Socionics because the whole like knowing what you want and like knowing your passions that could translate as an NI thing in Socionics because NI is about like your path, like your purpose, like your journey, and FE is like it's like expressing your style or your like yourself, like your passion. They see it as like extroverted ethics, like expressing like your like bringing your inner state and expressing it. And because MBTI FE is more about like harmony.
Mm-hmm.
Socionics FE is not really about harmony. It's just about like the inner emotional state and expressing it either through like poetry, it could be like through music, like speech, or like expressing your passion. So a lot of INFPs could fit that
Mm-hmm.
archetype, and that's why they translate. So I think that's why he typed me as an IEI.
Mm-hmm.
But the trouble for me was the logic side of myself, because like my wife, I type her as SEI, which is ISFP and MBTI.
Mm-hmm.
So she comes off way more emotional to me. Again, and I guess that's the fourth thing, noticing the
Mm-hmm.
difference, because I'm emotional too, but,
Yeah.
but I feel like she's more emotional than me. I feel like a logic person compared to her.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I guess that was my trouble typing myself, is that again I see differences. Like I'm like, okay, this
Mm-hmm.
person is different, so I can't be that person. Like, like
What do you type yourself as when you take a test
um
for MBTI?
when I first, like when I was brand new to this, I just came across it on Google, 16 personalities. I got INFP when I first, but then I started, it was like, oh no, maybe I'm INF. I had a long thing like, oh, maybe I'm INFJ.
Mm-hmm.
And I kept going back and forth between INFP and INFJ.
Mm-hmm.
And then I kind of gave up on it. And then because I found out about Socionics, and I started at first I thought Socionics didn't make sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
But then I started reading into it, and slowly started integrating it. And I still had a hard time typing myself as Socionics. That's why I went with Jack
Mm-hmm.
to get typed, and he typed me as IEI. But then after he typed me as IEI, I was like, it's hard for me to accept a type and like finalize it, like stamp it. I guess like I don't let myself stamp it. Like I want to stamp it. Like I would like to stamp it, and my brain doesn't allow me to stamp it. so like I read other types, and I'm like, oh, okay, I see a little bit of myself in the ILI.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess the reason why I thought, because recently I was like between 4 and 5. Like I narrow everything Enneagram to 4 and 5.
Mm-hmm.
Because the 4, I definitely related to the 4 a lot. Specifically the social 4. But I started reading 5 stuff, and none of the 5 subtypes really fit me like a glove.
Mm-hmm.
But I related to the 5 as far as
You're definitely a 4W5, dude. You're a 4W.
yeah, and I think that's why. I think it's the wing. Like I lean because of, like I always research. I'm always researching stuff, like reading, learning stuff.
There's no doubt you're 4W5. Yeah, 4W5.
Yeah, I accept it, because that's what I most likely saw myself as 4 and 5. But I don't know. I guess I felt a little bit better when somebody else stamps it, like having a third person perspective.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, bro, your envy just poured out, bro.
yeah.
That's crazy. Like you usually don't get a person to just like show their envy, because it's kind of like look down upon, but you like fuck it, bro. Like it's beef,
That's the type of person I am. Like I'm not afraid to be vulnerable. Like I'm not afraid to like show my flaws. Like
for sure. Yeah, that's part of being a 4. That's a social 4. Social 4, man.
I see strength in showing my vulnerabilities.
Yeah, that's what social 4s do. Yeah. They want to show like their vulnerability and then lure people in with that,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, we got you INFP, man. It was pretty tough because you being a 4 made it actually pretty tough, because we usually get INFPs, they're usually 9s.
Right.
Yeah, and like you
And
said,
that's how I vibe. Like I vibe as a 9 on first glance. So that's why it's tricky.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, that's like I said, like I wasn't, until I got into this Beatrice Chestnut stuff. Like I was like, oh, this Enneagram shit's easy. Then I got into this shit. I'm like, oh shit, like you can get slapped. Like you got to really slow down. Like because I jumped at the 9 early, and then Shelly's like, you sure about that? And I'm like, yeah, you're right. Because you start showing that envy and that differences that you have from other people, and I'm like, oh shit, yeah, he is a fucking 4.
That's why I wrote out the 9. Like I was like, okay, everybody says I'm a 9, so let me entertain the 9. But then when I read into the 9, it was they don't like being separate. They like
Mm-hmm.
to they don't like being,
Middle in, you don't
yeah.
like it.
And
You
I
gotta be
hate that.
different. If people wearing black, you gotta wear a different color.
I can't.
You gotta show your expression of who you are at all times. Yeah.
I feel power in that.
Yeah.
I feel power in showing how I'm different. Like my uniqueness.
Uniqueness. Yeah. Man, well, you got any questions for us, man?
In the moment,
Yeah.
I never have the questions in the moment. But
Well,
I know as soon as we sign out, I'm like, oh, I should have asked them.
yeah, but it's all good, man. We got a Facebook group, man. It's called Mongolian Mindset. Would love to have you in there, man.
Definitely.
This has been actually an absolute pleasure, man.
I appreciate
Shelly, you got anything you want to say?
No, I don't think so. I was just gonna say join the group.
Okay. We'll do.
All right, brother, man. It's a pleasure, man. We got your INFP, man.
Oh, where do I find the link? Is it in Discord?
Oh, yes, it's on the YouTube as well. You just click on the link, or you could just go to Facebook and type in Mongolian Mindset, and it'll pop up.
All right, we'll do.
All right, brother.
All right, thanks so much.
Okay.